Alright, today I was going to show y'all, I got a 1998 Ford Explorer Sport, pardon the mess. If you're having problems, and this will probably work for, of course, any surrounding year models, if you're having problems with your door locks, or your doors from not opening or unlocking, I'm going to show you what it could be. Mine has been broke for probably over a year, but nobody ever really rides in the passenger seat. My daughter usually just climbs over the driver's seat and gets in the back, and was riding in her booster seat, but she's getting at the age now where she's riding in the passenger seat. So I had to fix my door, and I couldn't ever really figure out why. I'd taken the door panel off and looked and couldn't really figure out what it was. My doors would try to unlock. You could hear it trying to lift, but it wouldn't do it. So I assumed it was the door actuator. And I ordered me a new one, and I put it on, and it still had the same problem. Now, although the old door actuator still worked, it looked a little rough, and I went ahead, of course, and just left it because I had ordered it off eBay, and I can't just exactly tell them, well, that ain't what it was. So it was probably about to go anyway. So anyways, I want to try to show y'all what to look for if you're having the same problems, again, where your door sounds like it's unlocking, but it won't, and you can't open it from the inside or the outside. I ended up breaking my door handle trying to get it open. You have to pull up on this and pull open on that to get it to open, and it still took a lot of effort to do it. But once you get it open, you'll want to get it fixed, so that way you don't end up breaking your door handle like I did. I just now put it back on. Right now I'm not putting my door panel back on because I just replaced the rollers in my window motor, because it seems like when one thing goes out, it all does. Anyways, I got a flashlight. Let me show you what to look for. Now, what the problem is if you see, I don't know if y'all can see up in here. Let me get all in here and see. Your door, back of your door, out through your door handle. See those little springs? See how it's broke and sideways? Well, I found the other piece down inside the door. When those break, of course, your door handle on the outside is connected to a rod, which when you pull up on the door handle, it pulls up on the latch and opens the door. Well, when those springs give out and break like that, it don't have no tension on the rod. So if you'll, let me get my flashlight back in here. Now, here's a good way to test it once you get your door open. See, I got a bungee cord in there for right now until I get me a new outside door handle. And you could fix it like this and probably leave it like that, and then as long as your outside door handle still works like mine does, you probably wouldn't have to replace it for a long while, if ever. But I bought a pack at Family Dollar of bungee cords. Now, I don't know exact size because I fixed this a couple weeks ago, and I already forgot the size of this bungee cord. But if you go to a Family Dollar and buy the pack they have, which comes with 5 or 6 in a pack, they're all red and blue except for one, and it's green just like this one. And what I did to fix it so I can use my door for right now is, see that yellow thing at the bottom of that bungee cord? Let me see if I can get my finger in here. Right up here, you see that yellow clip right above my finger. It's connected to a rod, which the rod is the one that goes up to the door handle. Well, when your springs on your outside door handle break, it don't put no tension on that rod. So when you unlock your door, the rod will go up to unlock it, but it just falls right back down, which in return, it keeps the door actuator from opening. Now, a good way to test it before you do all this is reach your hand in here, and I know it's probably hard to see because it's dark in there, but is you know, turn the stick your finger on there and push up on that yellow clip, push that rod up towards your window, and unlock the door with the button on your door. And if it opens up, then that's your problem. And all you have to do to get a quick fix is get you a bungee cord, wrap it, or I bent the end of it out a little bit so it wasn't curved, and run it up underneath that yellow clip. Then I went over, as you can see, I went over the keyhole, where the keyhole is. I went up over it. It has a little lip to keep it from sliding off. Then I went down, and I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna pull it up, see if I can go in this way. Right here, your door actuator bracket, and I clipped it onto that, or the other end onto that. So that way, every time you unlock your door, it will pull back up on that rod, and you can use your door. That's a quick fix until you get a door handle, or you can leave it. To show you it works, here's my door lock. That's locked. And it's up, and it works just fine. Now, I'll show you that my door open. I mean, it works just fine like that. I'm in the middle. I just now finished this one. Another thing is, if your motor on your window, you can still hear it, but your windows ain't rolling up very good. Here's another. You don't have to go buy $100-something motor or whatever. Go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's. They both have them. And if for some reason they don't, you can ask them to order them. They're called Window Guide Assortments, and you get 3. And when you take your window motor out, I had to drill all the rivets out, and there was a rivet here, here, and here that I had to drill out. And I put these both. They're a little long, but they work. I've already done the other side, took it apart. That's what I'm fixing to have to do, is because at the time I didn't have these, and I try to do like I've seen on other videos, to stick bolts in there or nuts in there, and it didn't work. I mean, it worked for a second or whatever, and the nuts would end up turning. I probably didn't have the right size or whatever, but they'd turn up sideways and jam the motor up. So now on that side, I used wire nut connectors, and I cut them off about halfway and stuck them in there, and it's been working ever since. I got my grinder and my cutting wheel, and I cut them off, and I stuck them down in there, and of course they don't fall over like the nuts did. But anyways, I decided to go ahead and just fix them right, because these are only $7.99 at AutoZone or O'Reilly's. You get 3. It takes 3, of course, for each window motor. So if all your windows need to be done, if yours is a 4-door, you'll need 4. If there's a 2-door and both of them need to be done, you have to buy 2 packs. And you take the motor apart and stick these up underneath the gear, where the other ones, normally if yours is having problems and not wanting to go down and skipping, when you take that out, take that motor apart, you're going to see a bunch of yellow stuff. Grind it up inside there and clean it out, re-oil it or re-grease it, and put these in there. And yeah, it was kind of tricky getting these in there. I had to put the gear just barely on the top, slide these in, and then kind of hammer them all down. I couldn't just set these in there, then put the gear on top. But I got them in there, and you know, AutoZone and stuff won't tell you that they have these. If you go in there and say you have a problem with your motor, if your motor's still making noise, more than likely it works. You just got to replace these for $8 instead of you know, paying $100 or however much the motors are. $8. Mine was skipping. My driver's side window wouldn't go down for the longest time at all. I had to pull it down with my hand and push down on the button. But it goes down now, but I'm fixing to replace and put this pack in there. I've already replaced this. And I'm gonna show you how good it goes down now. I mean, it goes back up. So you don't have to replace that whole motor. You just, and be $8 to fix it in a little bit of time. Well, so back to this. You know, that's the thing. Back to the locks or whatever. That's the first thing I would do is I would take my door panel off, push up on that rod that's connected to that yellow clip in the back, and unlock my door. And if your door unlocks, then that's your problem. And then you can fix it with a bungee cord for now until you can order your handle. They're on eBay. You can get one for, at this time when I'm making the video, they got one for $6.99 for one handle, or you can get two for like $10.95. Might as well say $11. You know, since everything goes bad at the same time, it'd probably be better to go ahead and order two and put the other one up so you have it when your other one breaks for $4 more. But if you only have enough money for one, then you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But that bungee cord might last a lifetime, who knows. But I fixing to order me, I mean, you can still see that spring, you know, off sideways up in there, up here at the top. And that's what's, you know, because you can see, if you can come over here and just, I mean, it has a little bit of tension, but not enough to hold up on that rod, I guess. And that's probably the first place I would look once you get your door open. You can fix it with, I'd go ahead and go get me a bungee cord if you think that's probably what it is. If you're just doing the same thing mine's doing. And that, or if you already have bungee cords, there's the smallest one in the pack. The green one. It can't be a real long one, it's got to be a small bungee cord. And have that on hand, and you can do it like I did. Like I said, you just hook it underneath that yellow rod, go over the keyhole mechanism, and come back down to the bracket to the door actuator, which is right inside this bottom right hand hole. And connect it there, and you'll have a working door again. And I appreciate you for watching. Like or subscribe. Thank you.